Oh, hello there, SCP Foundation staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP community. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Sherman. I am just making sure that the Site-42 Discord server is alerted to our stream. It's always nice to tell the people you're live. I hope you've hit that YouTube bell if you're not utilizing such a service. Boom! We are live. We are active. So, as always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director and Head Containment Specialist of Site-42. And, as always in our daily streams, 4-month streak and growing, I am here for a short time, just a coffee break, to answer your questions about the mysteries of the SCP Foundation. Now, whether that's the anomalies we contain, the staff that contains them, the groups of interest who do not like so much that we do the containing, or, as often is the case, hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that are outside the SCP Foundation's purview, whether it be because they are from a different multiverse or a different pataphysical level, i.e. fandom. I am here to educate, elucidate, and illuminate you to the mysteries of the Foundation. And today, to one anomaly in particular. Yes, if you are a follower on Site-42's social medias such as Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, then you might notice I woke up and chose violence today. I have heard the same questions about 096 in my comments, in my chats, in my social medias for over a decade now. And I'm tired of answering the same 096 questions. You see, the secret here is that 096 is not complicated. I just read every tale on the wiki that mentions 096. So you know what information there is in those tales? Almost nothing. SCP-096 has one shtick. You see its face in a picture or a video or IRL, and you're going down. If you see an artistic representation, a drawing of any kind, if you imagine its face perfectly in your mind without having first seen it, then it doesn't care. Mostly because those other things are impossible, but mostly because it's pictures, videos, or IRL. Now, if there's another actual representation, then that's fair. That'll do it. But... Oh, and a couple other ones. Can we destroy it? Yes, we've destroyed it 2 times. One time, we used SCP-173 to break all its bones, and then we poured acid into its bones until it finally died. That was a good one. Another one, we threw it into the sun, and it did die. Now, that's different from the universe where we threw it into the sun, and it didn't die, and in fact, it brought the sun to us. So, it's a 50-50 on if the sun will kill SCP-096. Also, it knows what its face looks like, so showing it a picture of itself or showing it a mirror will not work. Okay, I have answered every question about SCP-096 that exists that I get a million times a day. There's all of your answers. All of them. So now, let's get to the real questions. Let's get to the fun ones. What's 096's favorite pizza flavor? Anchovies. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. What kind of beverage does 096 much prefer? It's very shy. It likes a calming cup of jasmine tea to calm down, and it likes to be isolated with a good book. These are the real questions people should be asking, damn it. So, I want your real questions. But first, let me calm down and let me consider. Oh, hello, Senior Researcher Frogman. Congratulations being the first chatter of the day. Chaos Goblin Dogs, good to see you as well. Senior Researcher Alex. Leaf, good to see you. Puppet Boy, good to see you. Alki and Goober, Junior Researcher America. Zerdrin, Amber. Good to see you all, and thank you for being members. Meanwhile, Sniper, Multi-Fandomed Lover, Lucent Gale, Ori Phoenix, and Wizard Melnikov. Welcome to chat, just for being you. Is the desk present yet? Desk, you know we're live. He'll be here momentarily. All right, just confirming. Junior Researcher Sally, good to see you in the chat. Oh, damn, I hope I get my money back so I can be a green name again. I'm rooting for you, Sally. I'm rooting for you. Okay, so I've said our intros. I've told you guys what the stream's about. It's in the name. Let's get serious about studying 096. Leaf, thank you for your member message. 2 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. I saw 4 weird pixels. I hear screaming. Am I dead? Oh, yes. And by the way, no, you didn't. No. Because I get this all the time. People are like, oh, I saw a thing. There's a white guy screaming outside. 096 has been dead in our universe for 5 years. Dr. Dan won. It's over. You're fine. Stop panicking. On top of which, no one else is breaching containment today. It's a very secure day at the Foundation. So 096 is not breaching containment because it's dead. What's that behind me? Certainly not 096. Doc, please elaborate on the sun thing. What do you mean? First of all, 096 is an it, not a he. It's an it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Anomalies are objects, not people. Thank you. Next, what do you mean it brought the sun to us? I mean what I said. You see, we orbit the sun. At least that's what anyone with a scientific mind believes. We orbit the sun at a set distance, and there may be some variance, but it's a generally observed orbit. And then, when we launched 096 into the sun, hoping that it would perish, the sun started moving toward us after someone looked at his picture. Not that our orbit started to degrade and we started to fall into the sun. No. It's that the sun started moving toward the earth. The whole sun started moving toward the earth. Now, how? Hell if I know. But I don't like it. That's for sure. Yeesh. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a mango on your way past the commissary. Slides over your favorite coffee. Need this? So badly. Micah from the UIU, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a good cup of coffee, because double agenting at the UI Useless is hard enough without their coffee machine being bullshit. Go get a real cuppa. Will you guys please stop making fun of us? We aren't that underfunded. Oh, you're starting to identify with the enemy. I've been a double agent. I did my time in the Catboy dimension. It was a whole thing. Yes, you may sympathize with them, but remember, you're still a double agent for the Foundation. Don't forget that. Otherwise, we'll need to re-educate you. And we will continue to mock the UI Useless because they are that badly funded. As I just told you about their coffee. Terrible. Aviation and Anarchy. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Yo, what if we give SCP-096 a face transplant and throw 096's old face into a box and put it at the bottom of the Marianas Trench? If we look at 096's new face, will it get angry again? It's its face that it doesn't like. So, even the time when we broke its bones and put the acid in the bones and its face was melting, even seeing its face while it was melting still triggered it. Now, we still got that sucker, so to speak. But it was a horrifying moment when that bag melted. That being said, new face, no problem. Old face, big problem. Although I wonder how long it would take 096 to identify with its new face and then find that face to be the one it's angry about. An interesting conundrum, but we don't have any canon test of that, so I don't have an answer for that one on that end. What if you gave 035 to 096? Okay, new idiot question. I forgot about that one. You want to give the super genius evil mask that the only saving grace we have is that human bodies degrade within 24 hours if it gets a body. You want to give it a nigh invulnerable super body? That's what you want to do? Idiot questions from idiots. That is what I deal with all day here. I'm sorry I forgot that one. Otherwise, I would have prefaced that it's an idiot question for idiots. Dark Duality, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a tuna rice ball on your way past the commissary. Y'all need to stop throwing skips into the sun. It didn't work with the killer lizard or the crybaby. Have you tried with Dr. Beaks 049 as well? We have not launched 049 into the sun, although I did put in a requisition for him to do so when 049 killed Dr. Ham. I admit, I was a little mad. But can you blame me? So, yeah, we haven't tried that on 049, but we meaning I, certainly thought about it. Now, just a quick throwdown here. Let's remember that we have SCP-1543-J, codename the Sun Launcher, here at the Foundation. And you're going to tell me, if we have a sun launcher, we're not going to launch things into the sun? Give me a break, son! So, wait. I want to know. No, Desk, I'm going to answer that one. Is SCP-4521 homosexual? If calling it what would make it scream? Yes. And if calling it straight because it is gay would make it scream? Then yes. I don't care what the real answer is, as long as it makes it scream. That's what matters. You mentioned before that most SCPs are referred to as its. Oh no, your question went away. I was very interested in that question too. Where did it go? Come back to me, question. You look so interesting. I wanted to know what the end of that was. I didn't see the end of it. Come back. Help me. No, chat. Why would you betray me? Oh, okay, we're good. If you found a powerful being, God, goddess, etc., and they went by certain pronouns, would you guys have to use those pronouns? We have to do whatever our protocols tell us to do. There are rules at the Foundation. Now, we have had, in fact, gods or goddesses in containment. We still do. I mean, hell, half the Greek pantheon is in containment in one way or another. But Aphrodite, who now goes by the handle Isaac, since they have transitioned, that is a case where they use their power so flippantly and it's so difficult to contain them that we agree to be respectful of their pronouns in conversation. But we don't do it unless we are forced to by not being able to control them otherwise. Firefly Marquis, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a York Peppermint Patty on your way past the commissary. Are there any board game SCPs? There are, I believe to be, many board game SCPs. right, so I go to the wiki, and I go to its search option, and I type board game. Now, obviously, one of the first ones to come up is going to be SCP-3301. SCP-3301 is basically Jumanji for the SCP Foundation. And I mean that specifically as in it Jumanjis us into the game, as well as it has thematic relevance to the Foundation because it was made by Dr. Wondertainment to mess with us. It's also a very big, long, popular SCP. You might enjoy the story here. But it looks like 2361 has to do with board games. 286 has a board game. Maybe 6011 is a board game? No, that's not a board game. So yeah, there's a couple board games. If you search board game in the search function of the database, you will find plenty of them. If a black hole opened up after you saw a photo of 096 and it sucked it, not him, it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols of the Foundation. Jeez. And 20 years later, SCP-096 came back to our world, would it still try to kill you? Yes, clearly. If it got sucked into an alternate dimension, it would hold on to being upset about you until it came back to this dimension. It kind of holds a grudge about that. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. Kitchen took 5 hours perfecting the recipe. Slides over your favorite small baked treat. Well, I look forward to trying that after the coffee break then. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and grab yourself, I want you to grab yourself a nice turkey club on the way past the commissary. The turkey is the right amount of moist today. It's just delicioso. Bottom of the pot burnt military coffee has its place and is best with powdered sugar jelly donuts. SCP commissaries when you want a good meal to steal. GOC is good for donuts and harsh coffee. Commissary ho! I mean, you know, everyone has their taste in things that are bad, but they like them anyways. My favorite kind of pizza is Pizza Hut. Not because it's good, but because it is what I grew up with. So, you know, we all have our things. Hashtag not sponsored. I just said it's not good, so I think that is plain. Dog Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Klondike bar on your way past the commissary. Can I, perchance, get a picture of 096 to show certain people over at Roblox? Well, they are certainly having their own troubles right now. And, I mean, if you want to make it worse... I mean, here's the deal. Remember, I just told you at the beginning of the stream, we already ganked 096. It's gone. We could put up a big poster of its face if you want. In fact, Clef did that, I believe, in a tale on the wiki. Was it Clef that did that, or was it Kondraki who did that? It sounds like a Clef thing to do, honestly. Checking the Tales edition. And in the 096 Tales, we have Picture Perfect, I believe is the right name. Yes, this is Dr. Clef hanging up a 4-foot by 5-foot photograph of 096. Des confirms it was Clef, as I confirm it was Clef too. Gremlin Roars, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some Pocky at the commissary. You didn't leave a message, but we appreciate you. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a nice cream on your way past the commissary. If SCP-096 was thrown at Superman, who wins? Also, hey boss, how you doing? Do you need someone to be shot? I will hold my opinion on the second half because maybe by the end of this coffee break. Next, to answer your first question, 096 is tough, but Superman is tougher. Superman, 100 out of 100 times beats 096. That's easy. Burger, Kaleidoscope, Gamer, Alex, Invincible, and Strawberry Skies. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Lils, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Twix on your way past the commissary. Left or right, you can't have both. I'm trans female to male. May I please use SCP-113? Reminder to all staff, SCP-113, the gender switching stone, is part of your Foundation mandated medical plan. As long as you are staff of the SCP Foundation, it is in your health insurance to use SCP-113 to transition, but a couple warnings first. Number one, remember, 113 hurts like a motherfucker. It burns your entire nervous system all at once. Very painful. Now, it's only going to last a couple seconds. You can probably take it. There are worse pains out there, right? But you also have a non-zero chance of death. Now, it's a small percentage. The problem is there's going to be a higher chance of death every time you reuse the stone. So this means you need to be sure that you only want to do it once. We don't like risking it with our staff members. So you go to the on-site therapist at your site, you go through the paperwork, you confirm everything with your on-site therapist. Once you are clear and ready and cognizant of the dangers, then when 113 makes its rotation to your site, that's when you get to use it. Just fill out the paperwork, get the job done, you're gonna be good. Dr. S, I have a question actually. What would happen if SCP-096, known as Shy Guy, was outside during SCP-001 when day breaks? What would happen actually? So I do believe that SCP-096 gets liquefied. I think that 096 is organic, despite being tough. I do think that when day breaks beats 096. Now, my next question is, that is not canon anywhere I know of it on the wiki, but I wouldn't be shocked if Mr. Illustrated, with his very long SCP When Day Breaks series, in collaboration with friend of the channel, SCP author Dr. Sumerian. And let me point out, Mr. Illustrated is also a friend of the channel. I did not mean to infer that he wasn't. Good blokes, good blokes. Let me find in their series 096. Here we go.
A quick word from today's sponsor.
Yep. Okay. Does it die? That's all that matters. Going. Oh, that's pretty melty. Ooh, don't like that. Oh no, that's just a person.
He was interrupted by the sound of another human. The little girl that...
Little girl, still alive.
You shouldn't turn...
Oh, you're not killing the little girl that saw your face? What?
Prey of the little girl, trying to push her into the brightness of the sun by...
Oh, you're protecting a little girl. What in tarnation is this?
Off his head on his back. Wouldn't matter. So long as he protected the conscious...
Oh, and it does melt. So although I'm a little tetchy on their, I'm a little shocked to see 096 protecting a young girl that saw his face. I'm not perfect, it's fine. It was acting a little more human there, I got fooled. Even though I'm a little touchy on that detail, I still agree that 096 gets melted by when day breaks. That is where I stand on this scenario. I mean, there are some universes where we used the book Overcoming Shyness on loan from the Tenda village, and that caused 096 to overcome its shyness. Then it started doing really annoying TikTok dances. I was kind of missing the whole murder thing by that point. It was really annoying. But, okay, so with that in mind, yes, sometimes in some universes 096 overcomes its shyness and might make friends. And so, yeah, actually, now that I've gone through the process, I have no problems with Mr. Illustrated and Sumerian's story at all. I consider it absolutely canon. Thank you. See, this is the logical process we have to talk through sometimes to find answers. All right, coming back to the chat. That was a long ramble. I'm Deej. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some wasabi pearls on your way past the commissary. So, did you watch Class of 76? It's pretty good, you know. I'll grab a singular potato, my Irish blood calls to me. You can have a potato, but what do you mean, did you watch Class of 76? It's pretty good, you know. Did something drop that I don't know about? Two months ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago. You've got me interested. Now you need to tell me more. Infinite Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Get yourself a turkey leg on your way past the commissary. Greetings again, Dr. Sherman. The rainforest is great. I agree. It would be nice if we, protected the rainforests and stopped causing climate issues. But that's not my role as an anomalous researcher. That's something for the governments to cover, because they're so good at that. Name Corrupted, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some banana pudding on your way past the commissary. What would SCP-096's reaction be to SCP-729? Oh, son of a bitch. Why? Well, if there is a reaction, it will be in the document for that thing. And I do believe there is a canon interaction there. Scrolling. And by the way, read the documents, people. Read the documents. A lot of the information you guys asked me is in these documents. Where are you? SCP-096 test with SCP-729-J. The effects of the interaction was data expunged, but we have a post-test note. Poor 096. No one should be subjected to that cotton-stuffed eldritch horror. Agreed. Long story short, 096 was in a state where it cared more about getting that piece of shit out of its containment cell, which is why the incident was concluded with relatively low casualties. At least we know what it looks like. I heard one of the researchers call him hot, and I don't know if that's disturbing or if I agree. Dr. Seraphim, excerpt from interview with Dr. Redacted. Imagine you're testing SCP-096 and 729-J, and your conclusion about 096 is, oh no, he's hot! Horrible. Horrible. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for donating again. Licks the nice cream. There's a lot of things that make the Foundation say, holy, what the fuck is that? Like from Halo's Flood and Dead Space. Yeah, our entire job is dealing with things that make you say, holy fuck, what the fuck is that? That is pretty much our job description, to be fair. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. Have you tried cooking 096 when you had it? Some guy I saw at another site said he cooked a 006 once and he thought it was good. I slapped him, but I figured I would ask anyway. To my knowledge, no one has removed a hunk of flesh from 096, cooked it, and ate it. I would not go as far to say that it has the same toxicity levels as 682. That is a toxic hunk of meat. But I would say that, do you see how scrawny 096 is? I doubt there's really that much usable meat in the first place. And considering how strong and how strong that twitch muscle is, and probably 096 probably doesn't do a whole lot of yoga and stretching, I'm assuming it's very tight and gamey. So I do not think 096 meat would be a good dish. Dog Boy, thank you for donating again. 096 is gone. Thinks very hard about wanting to revive 096, so it, not he, it, can rampage at Roblox. Oh yeah, they have a lot to deal with right now. I am glad that they are not involved with my secret organization, besides many people making games about us or organizations like us on their platform, which is having all sorts of trouble right now. Rat, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a blueberry muffin on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. I just came back from my first con and it was pretty cool. I cosplayed Hermes and my friend Circe. Saw some mobile task force agents too. That is awesome, Rat. As someone who worked at anime conventions for several years, I have a soft spot for them. I hope you enjoyed yourself. It's a very fun time to commune with other nerds. It's a good time. Especially when you're doing the cosplaying and all. Full Metal Jacket, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a tin of beef jerky on your way past the commissary. Hey, the last D-class personnel accidentally walked into a room. He stated it had walls of flesh, and now he doesn't feel well and has an extra arm. How does a D-class walk accidentally anywhere? Who let the D-class walk loose? I don't care if the D-class doesn't feel well, but whoever let the D-class loose to accidentally walk into an anomaly, that person's not going to feel well. It's bloody unprofessional is what it is. Moira, JT, Jeepy, Sub, Goombi, Nicholas, and Flomas. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I can't really read the text of your name, so I'm just going to call you Zakapiak, because that's what it looks like. It looks like Zakapiak. I don't know if that's a real language or a stylization, but that's just the ink blot test that I'm seeing in your name, Zakapiak. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please get yourself some hummus on your way past the commissary. What if we type SCP-096 protection juice in SCP-294? So what function do you think SCP-294 would have for 096 protection juice? What do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's going to do? Now, maybe it makes you run really fast so you can escape. You can only run for so long till the juice runs out. Maybe it makes you very strong. Maybe it turns you into a Superman so you can defeat 096 before it ganks you. I mean, it could make SCP-682 kill juice, so it does like the juices. Okay, I am interested in that one actually. You will not be insulted for your question. Dark Duality, thank you for your donating again. You are donating again, right? I think you donated before. I know I saw you in the stream. I don't know if you donated earlier. I'm just going to say grab some tea, just in case. And then I'm going to make my browser really mad by scrolling through the donations too quickly. How many kids skips exist? So, as in skips that are children? A fair amount. In fact, I don't even know how I would look that up. Except maybe I'm going to go to the Witch Child, because that's early in the series. And I will see if that one's tagged as children. Alive, cognitohazard, Euclid, humanoid, illustrated, mind-affecting, sapient, SCP, tactile, visual. So unfortunately, there is no tag for children, which means I cannot answer that question for you. There's just too many, and there's not a really good way to look it up. So I apologize, but you're just going to have to read some articles and see what kids there are. I could list some that are kids, for instance. 053 is the young girl that makes everyone want to kill it, except 682 for some reason. Fight Baby is the title of a baby skeleton that you can do battle with, and if you beat it, it becomes a bigger skeleton, and if you beat it again, it becomes a Dark Souls boss. That's SCP-6564 if you want to fight a skeletal child. SCP-6101 is the strongest SCP. It is also a child. So yeah, there's a couple children, but you're going to have a hard time looking up all of that. History Lover is saying that 734 is a child SCP. Didn't know about that one. Also, the trench coat that makes however many children are inside it appear to be a regular human adult. Now, that is not, the anomaly is not a child, but it is tested with D-class children, typically war orphans, or as we nickname them, warphans. And the child D-class are tested with that anomaly. So that is not quite the same, but it's in there. John, Master, and Berserk, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Bro, how could you survive SCP-096 in a room of mirrors if it, not he, it, is standing behind you? Did you know that you can look anywhere else on its body except its face and it won't activate? Look down. Look at its feet. I should not have to tell you this. Your critical thinking skills should be up to par for this. My word. Just Alice. War orphans? Yeah, the warphans, like I said. Hold on, let me SCP trench coat. SCP-018-J. SCP-018-J, codename, a normal trench coat worn by an adult. That is where we test the warphans. So go ahead and give that SCP a look. It is very funny. It is a very good article. So I highly recommend SCP-018-J, codename, normal trench coat worn by an adult. Shakies, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some miso soup on your way past the commissary. How powerful is SCP-096's immune system? Based on its recovery from having chunks of its body taken out by missiles and still running like nothing happened, I would assume that its regeneration factor is quite high, which means that its immunity to viruses and the like are also quite high. It's, you know, we template off of Wolverine factors. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for donating again. So, Doc, I have an olive hat with a UN patch on it. Can I wear it while I'm at work, or am I getting shot in the face? You're getting shot in the face. Don't wear GOC gear while you're on a Foundation site. Why would you want to dress like a gawksucker in the first place? Come on. SCP-001 versus 096. Who will win? Which 001? There's like 50 of them. Which 001? Come on now. I'm Deej. Thank you for donating again. Class of 76 is a fan story podcast on 2316. Okay. It's a good listen, you say. I am unfamiliar with that story podcast, but here at the Foundation. Someone asked if I do voiceover work, voice acting, and yeah, I do professional voiceover work in my off time, as well as some voice acting in the SCP community. So yes, that is something I do, which means I am an enjoyer of audio podcasts, such as Find Us Alive and Hymns from the Road from friend of the channel Radiger. And Class of 76, although I think I've heard of it in the past, but I've never checked it out. Might need to check that out. I do love a good audio podcast. Infinite Dragon, thank you for donating again. I deal with people who destroy my home rainforest. Off the record? Good. Cameron Fraser, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a plate of chicken wings on the way past the commissary. Memo from Dr. Knight. If one more person asks me if we can try painting 096's face to see if that will keep it docile, I am taking it as proof of our inevitable doom as a species. You and me both, Dr. Knight. Why would painting its face get... You make me so angry. You make me so angry. Emo Gary, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some gummy worms on your way past the commissary. Smash or pass 096. Mika and Viola, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some pudding on your way past the commissary. And, I mean, we can't do either because we're not going to destroy an anomaly except in the worst cases. So we're not going to smash it. I'm not here to pressure test any sort of hydraulic press on 096 because of the risk involved in said test. Meanwhile, I mean, we're not going to pass it off to another site. We're handling it. So we wouldn't do that either. Name Andy. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Or I guess second, because I missed your Ko-Fi donation. I'm so sorry. I did not see the Ko-Fi notification. Let me pull that up now, and while we're at it, you can grab yourself a... You know what? Grab yourself a steak on your way past the commissary. And thank you for donating through the Ko-Fi, where if you take the effort to go to the Ko-Fi to donate, it just means that YouTube doesn't take 30% of your donation as a fee. So the whole donation goes to Site42 instead, and we appreciate the effort. Hey, Doc, can I ask some non-related 096 questions? Well, we'll see. I was looking for some recommendations for articles involving Dr. Sophia Light. I loved her in SCP-5004 and want to read more about her, but it's hard to find articles where she ain't just an offhanded mention. That is tricky. The only thing I can suggest for you to succeed in your mission is starting at the SCP-5004 article. You go down to the tags at the bottom, and we look at Dr. Light's tags. Now, Dr. Light is tagged in, dear God, 102 articles and tales. And so, at least if you go to Dr. Light's tag, you're able to see everything that Dr. Light is mentioned in. Then you just go down and read the stories and find the ones where it is more than just a mention. So, there you go. Full Metal Jacket, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yours. No, that's second, third. I think this is your first. And grab yourself a Hot Pocket on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doctor, that D-Class personnel has grown flesh that stuck him into the ground. He also won't stop screaming, it's crawling. Could this be SCP-610? Well, 610 doesn't really do the whole... I guess they do the room thing. But it's not quite the same as what you made it sound like. Either way, I mean, at this point, just put it down. It's fine. It's a D-Class. We'll find another. The Doctor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a macchiato on your way past the commissary. May I perchance gain access to SCP-096 for a reanimation? I would like a near-immortal murder anomaly, so also may I get out of my containment soon? Are you daft? Do you have merde for brains to speak your language? No, you may not have a nigh-immortal zombie. And just for asking, I'm locking you up longer. Karate Beast, Small Hamburger, Brandon, Derek, and Baby Saja. Baby Saja is in the chat. Oh, dear God, help us all. Freaking demons. Welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Ori Phoenix, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, if you know anything about Ori and the Will of the Wisps, what would you classify Ori, and would you give him, probably an it, I'm just going to guess, the same treatment as 999? I am unfamiliar with Ori and the Will of the Wisps, so I have to look up a quick check. So I've seen Ori. Is this the same series as Ori and the Blind Forest? I'm familiar with the series by name and pretty art style, but that's all I know about it. So is Ori anomalous? What does Ori do? Characters. Ori. Abilities. Walking, running, jumping, saving. Over the course of the game, Ori accumulates a vast amount of skills and abilities. Allow using soul links to shorten cooldown timer, blah, blah, blah. Halves the cost of a flame. Soul link, charge dash. You can, okay, charge dash. So that's moving quickly and attacking with force. Water breath. Can breathe in water. Allows to jump 3 times in the air. Triple jump. That's, ouch. Annoying, but we can still lock it in the box. Reduces darkness by, defense from, increases defense. Okay, fine. Spirit magnet, map markers, life efficiency, spirit magnet, blah, 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 blah. See-through walls. Great. Well, doesn't help it go through walls, at least. Shoot fire. Oh, wonderful. Shoots fire. Okay, we can still lock it in a fireproof room. That's good. Bash. We can bash through enemies. Depends on how thick the walls are, buddy. Fire, stomp, fire, fire, stomp, stomp. Okay, we can lock it in a fireproof room with thick walls. It'll be fine. Lock it up. Astraf, Lague, and Menuli. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Plot Armored Spoof. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a lightly fried fish fillet on your way past the commissary. Someone set SCP-099 on fire, and now it's cuddle hungry. It's an it, not a he. Meanwhile, is 999 flammable? We blended it, and we put it in drinks to improve morale at the Foundation. That was rude. I don't know if we've ever set 999 on fire. I don't know if the slime is fireproof or not. I wanted to say flammable or inflammable, but inflammable means flammable, which is always annoying me. Huh. 999 on fire. Well, whoever tried to burn 999 anyways, just make them D-class. I'm not humoring idiots. Dark X Eclipse, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. What is your personal favorite SCP? I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream, and the end of stream is about 10 minutes away. So if you can hang on for about 10 minutes, you'll find out my favorite SCP. Or you can go back to a previous stream if you need to know right the hell now. In the SCP-682 testing logs, it was tested against SCP-166. 166 survived. Can you think of a reason why SCP-682 and all the doctors involved are still alive? This question has nothing to do with writer's block that has held me up for 3 years. So, I mean, 682 didn't harm 053 either. So there's something about these anomalous youths that 682 isn't trying to find disgusting. That's about all I can work for here. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for donating again. If we got targeted by Agent 47, what task force is slowing him down? And the hat was a gift from an army buddy. That part is from my OC lore, who is former South African Defense Force. Okay, well, clear it with HR of your site, and I mean, be careful. People will attack on site. It's just natural if a GOC operative attire is seen on site. Meanwhile, Agent 47, is that the Hitman series universe that I'm talking about? Or remembering right? 47. Yes, okay, so a sneaky guy. And genetically altered to what? What does genetic altering do to it? I guess it's an it now. Asylum, joining, seeing, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you have so much history. Why don't you just tell me what the hell it does? Peak human condition, enhanced strength and durability, speed and reflexes. Can run 6.2 miles in 36 minutes and 9 seconds. So 6 times 6 is 36. So it can run 6 6-minute miles. That's pretty impressive. Enhanced metabolism, senses, stamina, agility, skills, martial arts, marksman, genius level intellect, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I mean, it can do a lot of non-anomalous things well. That's its anomaly. It seems it doesn't do anything crazy non-anomalous. It's just like peak human, I guess. Do we even contain this guy? Because, like, Batman is like peak human like this, but also non-anomalous. I need to consider this one more. I'll get back to you on that. Jonathan Wolf, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some venison jerky on your way past the commissary. Have you seen undead wolves that manipulate shadows? No, I have not. Chesta Factory, thank you for buying us a coffee, a Ko-Fi over here. We appreciate your effort in making sure YouTube does not take the cut. And since it's your first donation, grab yourself a key lime pie on your way past the commissary. Do you think that a game that allows the pair to experience life in the Foundation would be fun? I'm thinking possibly making a game like it after I finish my current one. Yes! Yes, a game about living and experiencing life working for the Foundation sounds very fun. Make that game. You knew what I was going to say. You know that I support game making in the SCP community. Do it. Do it. Jar Jar Binks, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself some liver and onions on your way past the commissary. Am I late? Yes. You are here in the last 6 minutes of stream. You're here in the last 6 minutes. Enchanted Sushi, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some gyoza on your way past the commissary. And thank you for your sunglasses face. Very cool. Robotic Cluster, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some thumbtacks on your way past the commissary. I have a question about 1025. Okay, that was the subject of today's video. That makes sense. If you were to photocopy it, then convert the text into a text document with the help of an AI, could you read it? Does 1025's documentation say whether it can be duplicated or not? 1025, duplication. No other copies of a book with that title and publisher have been found, and no record of the publisher exists. Okay, so the answer is we don't know, and we're not gonna know. We locked that thing in a box and threw it away the key because we believe that not only does it give you the diseases, but it also gives you hypochondria by proxy, and that people aren't getting the diseases, but it's making everyone around the site crazy. And so whether or not the diseases are real or not, we're not testing that thing. It's staying in its locked box. Sorry. Joseph, Starblight, and Cosmic Rain, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Would SCP-096 kill someone if they look at his face? As senior researcher Fogman said, that's the whole point of 682. You have to be trolling. You can't be this stupid. You must be trolling me with such a question. I have to believe that you are not that inept at research. You must be joking. I'm going to take comfort in the fact that you're joking. Because in a world where we say there are no stupid questions, that is the stupidest one. Hollowed Shadow, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a lemon-filled donut on your way past the commissary. How would the Foundation treat the flood from Halo? That is a very hard anomaly to contain, and we probably would have to nuke the universe. But also, you could watch how the teams in Halo did so, and just graft the Foundation onto that. It was handled in the way that we would. Jonathan Peters, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some salmon nigiri on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, have you ever imagined an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie? Was that supposed to be hard? Jar Jar Binks, thank you for donating again. Bro, how am I always so late? My break is always weird. Can you update my shift so my break is later? I'm sorry, all I can do is I tag the Discord server's YouTube live alert function so that it lets everyone in the Discord server know. And if you're not in the Discord server, because remember, to join Site42's Discord, you have to be above 18. We follow the same rules as the SCP Wiki itself. So if you can't join the Discord server yet, you have to hit the bell here on YouTube. But also, you should be very careful about what you're watching, because the SCP Foundation is not a kids' play place. It is a dangerous organization with very violent and adult themes. And so make sure, if you are a cadet, make sure your parents and guardians understand what you're watching. Because we fucking curse a lot, and we make a lot of adult references. This is not a children's fandom. Ori Phoenix, thank you for donating again. In the second game, it can make weapons of light and basically fights things 10 times its size and sacrifices itself to save its family and a land far from its home. Well, maybe we can threaten its home, and in return it will stay in containment so that the blackmail holds. Possible. Cameron, thank you for donating again. Memo from Dr. Knight. Someone tried the paint. MacArthur's demotion to D-Class and reassignment to SCP-173 approved. I like that you're handling business. I like the way you're doing this. Good work. That's the whole point of 682. You scolding a guy for their 096 research and you said the wrong number. Lols. You all know what I meant. You all know what I meant. I was so frazzled by the imbecility on display that yes, I said the wrong digits. Fight me. Holy cow. Holy cow. Mateo makes edits. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some flapjacks on your way past the commissary. Who will win the fight? 106 or 096? So I would suggest that 106 could deposit 096 in its pocket dimension and leave it there. And leave dimensionally, so 106 wins because it incapacitates 096 from being able to take it out. Honant, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a side of bacon on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I found a pocket dimension called the Everything Store. I can't see the back, even on a high shelf. It sure does live up to its name. Signed, Shant. Okay, but does the Everything Store have soup? And can you buy clothes there? These are the important questions. Jar Jar Binks, thank you for donating again. Hey Doc, what happens if an SCP gets diabetes? Well, if an SCP gets diabetes, then we have to use our medical department to keep them well. It's, you know, they're sick and we can't study them if they die, so we have to keep them healthy. It's easy. Base, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a side of sausage on your way past the commissary. Good news, Doctor. We found a new anomaly similar to 458. It's an assorted cookie tin that fills with your favorite cookie when the tin is opened. Well, that sounds delightful. A little derivative, since we already have the pizza box and the infinite replicating cakes. But hey, I like cookies, so yeah, throw them in the commissary. Let's go. Monkey Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some monkey bread on your way past the commissary. How would you deal with Miss Circle, FPE, plus her food? I do not know what that means. I'm going to try and Google it. Also, we are over stream right now, and the only reason I'm still here is because you guys are being very generous with donations. But there is a hard cutoff. I need to run to work. So I am going to do this as fast as possible. And then if I miss some donos, Desk is going to save them for tomorrow, because I cannot stay longer than necessary due to my need for food before work. But Miss Circle, FPE, what does that mean? Fundamental paper education. Antagonist, appearance, personality, background, trivia, cruel and violent. All right, superhuman physical characteristics, size manipulation, above average intellect. Okay, the question is, when it grows, if it can grow its size, can it get microscopic enough to fit through cracks in atoms? Or can it get big enough to break through walls, or do walls limit it from growing? Because we can lock it in a room and vacuum seal that room so it can't get out. That is what I would do with this. Otherwise, it seems easy enough to contain. Derek, thank you for your 1-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the white names. Is it time for Keter versus Keter yet? Site 42 needs dinero. I don't know what you mean, Keter versus Keter. Oh, are we talking about the completely non-existent SCP Fight Club that totally doesn't exist, which is why there's no rule against talking about SCP Fight Club, because there is no SCP Fight Club to have rules about not talking about. Because, yeah, maybe I got a couple Ketas up my sleeve, if you know what I mean. I can't read that language. Gamer, Lotus, and Chrysler. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. The Doctor, thank you for your donating again. If I cannot have 096, can I have human subjects? No! You are on restriction. You know what you did. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for donating again. I found a book named Batman vs. Judge Dredd. I didn't read it yet, but heard Batman had his shit rocked by Dredd. Not a chance. No way. No. Dredd does not beat Batman. Not a chance at all. Batman's too sneaky. I just watched the new Dredd over my trip with Carl Urban Dredd, and easily shot just in a room with multiple people. No. Batman obviously sweeps Dredd. Do not even. Site 42 staff, thank you for alerting me that the likes are far above the viewers. 300 plus likes to less than 200 viewers. You guys are phenomenal at hitting that like button today in only an hour and change. Good work, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Signal Boosters. This is why you're the best Mobile Task Force, as well as the best in a hot dog eating competition. Everyone knows it. Where were we? Cool Man Fight, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself a burger on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Can I get a happy birthday from my mom, since it's my mom's birthday week? Well, happy birthday, your mom. And also, I mean, we stream every day, so maybe you'll be here on that day. But in the meantime, happy birthday, Cool Man Fight's mom. Gilded Wings, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a chicken sandwich on your way past the commissary. An 096 question. What degree of abstraction would be needed to not enrage it in a picture? Regular art, of course, but what about one generated by generative AI or a 3D model from scans? AI, definitely not, because it's not an actual representation. AI pictures of 096 would never activate it. Not possible. Fuck. Although they're farmed off of real pictures of 096, then maybe. If an AI trained on a photo of 096. Now, the model based on a scan of a picture, that wouldn't work. Because that's scanning a picture, it's not scanning the real thing. But the generative AI one, that could maybe sneak it through there. I don't think it would. I don't think it would, because it's still making it up from scratch, even if it has a reference. But it could. That one's going to annoy me. I'm going to think about that a little bit, but I don't think it'll work. Yeah, because it's not going to work with AI because you don't see the actual picture. You see an artistic representation made up from that picture. So to both of your questions, the answer is no, they would not activate it. Artistic representations don't count, and AI art isn't art anyways, but it still doesn't count. Derek May, thank you for donating again. Or this is your first donation. The other one was a member message. So thank you for your member message, for being a member, and your first donation. Grab yourself some chili fries on your way past the commissary. For your last stream, the Ethics Committee and Mobile Task Force would be great at the hot dog eating contest. Also, is there any crazy sentient car or truck SCP? So I don't... We ranked Law's Left Hand as A rank hot dog eaters. So yeah, they were pretty good hot dog eaters. Mainly so they don't get me. Meanwhile, if I go to the search function for the SCP Wiki's tags, and I search through the tags, oh dear God, why did I do that? Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, automobile. Automobile is a tag, right? Autonomous, no. What about car? I need an anomalous car tag. What is the tag for car? Tag for car, tag for car. Can anyone think of an anomalous SCP car? Car. Check my car, Stephen free car, modified your car, the car, getaway car. 462 is an anomalous car. It is a 1968 Chevy El Camino. And it does not... Okay, vehicle is the tag. So what you got to do is you go to the search function and filter by tag. You put in sentient. What do you mean not sentient isn't a tag? What do you mean sentient isn't a tag? You are lying to me. Do not fuck with me right now. I'm in a hurry. Back to the tags, I guess. Sentient is a tag. It has to be. Yes, it is. Don't you lie to me, tag search function. Sentient. You can search for the word sentient. That tag isn't working in the tag search, and it's annoying me. So I'm going to go by vehicle, and then I'll add the word sentient to the search above it, since the tag isn't working for some reason. Okay, and if you do that, I get 516 is an intelligent tank. Sentient ice cream truck, 1386. Sentient boat, 1861. There's a bunch of them. Now you know how to search it yourself. Congratulations. Vivacity, Luna Girl, The Him and Tim, and Tracy. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Jar Jar Binks, thank you for donating again. You're 22. I'm 39. I'm almost twice your age. Ryder, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Even if we're over time, I got you in. Grab yourself some Frito chili pie on your way past the commissary. Am I late again? This time it's about $5 US. Didn't look it up. It's all good. We're clear. And yes, we are literally over time, so I'm rushing right now. But at least you're catching the end. Don't forget to watch the VOD. We had some fun today, even if I was very angry. Cosmic Rain, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a hot pickle on your way past the commissary. We'd love to see some fan films based around SCP-3000 and SCP-169. 169, I know that article. What is that? 169 is the Leviathan. Okay. So you like big fish. Have you played Subnautica? You can start there while we make big fish movies. And of course, SCP-5320, the infinite fish that just goes on forever. Also a great anomaly. Space War Gaming, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some Dippin' Dots on your way past the commissary. If the Combine were an SCP, how do you contain it? Don't let it into our universe in the first place. That's where they screwed up. Keep them out, and you're fine. Honant, thank you for donating again. Well, yes, it does have soup and clothes. Excellent. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for donating again. Okay, this is for desk. Make sure Dr. Sherman reads the lore of Judge Dredd. I doubt the lore will change my mind about Batman sweeping. Lance Moontail, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure, as well as being a member, grab yourself a rainbow roll on your way past the commissary. What if we submerge 096 in concrete and tungsten? If it can't get momentum, physics won't allow it to escape. Well, we wouldn't normally do that because then we can't test the anomaly anymore. The ethics committee says it's cruel to lock it in a place with no air. So these are things we just wouldn't do due to containment protocols and ethics committee insight. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some blue milk at the commissary. Been a while. Good to see you, buddy. Anomalous Sports League president want to meet with you soon as possible. He's willing to make a deal if you read up on game rules beforehand, which I can give you. Oh, Anomalous Sports team. I don't need another group of interest, but I'd rather at least they stay to our side of the veil. Yeah, I'll take a meeting. Set it up. Fandom Theorist, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a hot fudge sundae on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, what's your stance on magic? I hate it because it's anomalous and it gives us more work to do. But sometimes we have to fight fire with fire, which is why we have thaumaturges on staff at the Foundation to counter the Serpent's Hand wizardry. Pizzle, Bogboy, and Siema, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. That is the last dono. I am 15 minutes over stream. I have to go. So here's the short version of our outro. Read my SCPs at These Sherms author page. Donate if you want to, and if you can't, we still appreciate you being here, chatting, commenting, helping us boost the algorithm. 354 likes on the stream. That has got to be a record, maybe. And it's because you guys, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, help us at Site 42 to help the SCP community. Make sure you help other SCP YouTubers too. They might not be as loud and as prominent yappers as I am, but they do make good work, and so you should appreciate other SCP YouTubers as well. Make sure to follow our friends at the channel. Now, in no particular order, my favorite SCPs are 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980. Content warning for that last one, it is a rough read. Speed round, even faster than that. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, 8980. Content warning on the last one. Oh, booyah. And so, as always, I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. This has been a coffee break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video and or stream. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had, in what you lost, and what you had, and what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know. Today's credit song is Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Take care, Foundation fam.